ready for a magical story time? Today I got a classic tale full of surprise, adventure, and bears. Yup, it's Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Let's jump into the story. Once upon a time, in a peaceful forest, there was a small and cozy house where three bears lived together as a family. There was a big Papa Bear, a medium-sized Mama Bear, and a tiny baby bear. Their home was warm and neat, with three chairs in the living room, three bowls of porridge in the kitchen, and three beds in the bedroom. Each bear had their own chair, bowl, and bed that matched their size. One sunny morning, Mama Bear made some porridge for breakfast. After she tasted it, she found it was too hot. So, Papa Bear suggested that they take a short walk in the forest while they waited for the porridge to cool down. They agreed to go for a walk, leaving their cozy home just as it was. That same morning, a little girl named Goldilocks was walking through the woods. She lived near the forest and often took walks close to her home. But this time, she walked farther than she ever had before. Goldilocks had always known that bears lived deep in the forest. To her surprise, she now found herself standing in front of their house. Goldilocks was not sure what to do, but she thought it would be polite to knock on the door. No one answered. The door was a bit open, so she quietly stepped inside. She was so excited that she forgot she was not invited and that she should not be inside at all. Goldilocks looked around and saw three chairs. Since she was feeling a bit tired from her long walk, she decided to sit and rest for a moment. She sat in the big chair, but it was too hard. Then she tried the medium-sized chair, but it was too soft. Finally, she sat in the small chair, smiled, and said, "This one feels just right." But as she settled in, the little chair broke under her. Goldilocks felt surprised and a little guilty. Feeling tired from her walk, she noticed three bowls of porridge on the table. First, she tasted the porridge in the big bowl, but it was too hot. Then she tried the one in the medium bowl, but it was too cold. Finally, she tasted the porridge in the small bowl and said, This one is just right." She liked it so much that she finished the whole bowl. Now, she felt full and sleepy, so she quietly walked into the bedroom. She tried the big bed, but it was too hard and uncomfortable. She moved to the medium bed, but it was too soft. At last, she lay down on the small bed and said happily, "This bed is just right." She closed her eyes and soon fell fast asleep. A little while later, the three bears returned to their house. As soon as they walked into the house, Papa Bear noticed something strange. "Someone has been sitting in my chair," he said in his deep voice. Mama Bear looked at her chair and said, "Someone has been sitting in my chair too." Then Baby Bear looked at his broken chair and said in his little voice, "Someone sat in my chair and now it's broken." They all walked to the kitchen and served their porridge. Papa Bear says, "Someone has been eating my porridge." Mama Bear added, "Someone has been eating mine too." Baby Bear looked sadly at his empty bowl and said, "Someone ate all of my porridge." The bears felt curious and worried, so they walked into the bedroom. Papa Bear looked at his bed and said, "Someone has been sleeping in my bed." Mama Bear saw her bed and said the same thing. Then Baby Bear looked at his small bed and cried out, "Someone has been sleeping in my bed, and here she is." Suddenly, Goldilocks slowly opened her eyes and was shocked to see 3 bears standing beside the bed. She almost smiled when she saw the small and cute Baby Bear. She even thought about how fun it would be if she could bring Baby Bear home as her pet. But when she looked at Mama Bear and Papa Bear, she quickly jumped out of bed. Without saying a word, she ran as fast as she could out of the house and into the forest. The 3 bears watched her leave. From that day on, Goldilocks never wandered too deep into the forest again, and she always remembered the lesson she learned that day. And that's how Goldilocks learned her lesson. Don't mess with bear furniture. Thanks for listening, and always remember, every story has a little magic if you dare to explore. See you in the next story. Bye!
Bye bye.